We're giving you a free 30-day trial of Prime. Free delivery, award-winning TV, exclusive deals, and more. Click the link in the show description for more information. Welcome back to the Dadlife podcast. Traveling alone with teenagers. I just got back from a trip from Maui, and it was just the kids and I. They're young teenagers, and they have always fought so much ever since they were born. I found that there were some times that were really stressful, and I wanted to come up with a list of things to prepare you if you're planning on taking your kids on a trip. The first thing would be is sitting between them on the airplane. My kids don't care who's around. If they're fighting, they'll hit, they'll scream, doesn't matter. So if you can get between them, you can prevent a lot of that. My experience is distraction is key. Stuff like playing games, listening to funny podcasts, downloading shows. They each have a phone, so they would download shows. They would play games or listen to a lot of music. That definitely helps. Timeouts and cooling off periods. That helps so much. If they're in a big fight, I try to break it up, and then they're mad at me. So if we have our own spots to go to cool off, that really helps. And on my trip, I actually ended up getting a lot of alone time with both kids, which was really nice because my youngest, at this point in her life, she's all about hanging out with friends, and she doesn't want to come over as much anymore. So it was really nice. Every single night, just her and I went into the pool, and we sat in the hot tub like for a couple hours. So we got a lot of good bonding time. Giving them some independence. Let them make a few decisions along the way, like choosing a restaurant or picking an activity. This can help them feel more invested in the trip and less likely to complain. I found letting them choose where to eat really helped. And every day I'd be like, okay, what do you want to do today? And one of my daughters, she just wanted to go shopping. So there was a couple of days we went and checked out 2 different malls. And actually, while we were there, my youngest decided that she wanted to get her ears pierced. She got them pierced years ago, and they ended up getting really infected, so we took them out. So it was cool that we got to do that in Maui. You could offer freedom within reason, like letting them explore a safe area on their own or choosing what time they want to meet back up with you. And it was nice when both of them wanted to go hang out at the pool together. I stayed behind, and I could see them out the window, but they'd be sitting on the chairs by the pool and just talking or going in the pool. And so it was nice to see them finally get along. You could involve them in the planning process, have them research activities or spots they'd like to see, ask for input on locations, meals, or even the playlist for the road. This helps avoid complaints during the trip because they feel they've had a say in the itinerary. Setting ground rules early can help too. Establish rules that can make the trip smoother, like no devices during family meals or respecting each other's space. Set expectations early so they're clear on the basics like bedtime, wake-up times, and screen time limits if needed. Getting their inputs on rules can also help them buy in more willingly. It's also good to plan for downtime. Teens can easily get worn out and need space to recharge, so leave room in your schedule for chill time at the hotel or quiet moments in a cafe. This also gives them a chance to catch up on social media or text friends, which helps them feel more connected and less grumpy. At the end of our trip, we actually had one full day. It was raining and none of us felt like doing anything, so we just stayed in the room. I spent most of the day just watching shows. And that was nice. That was a nice way to end. Also did all the laundry, so when we got back, didn't have much to do. You could use humor to diffuse tension. Family trips can be stressful, and humor can be a great way to lighten the mood when things get tense. Also, in my experience, it can be irritating for them, so I guess use at your own discretion. Laughing at mishaps or minor annoyances can help break the ice and keep conflicts from escalating. Balance group and solo activities. Plan activities you can all enjoy together, but allow for solo or individual time too. Maybe they'd prefer an afternoon exploring a museum on their own while you enjoy nearby coffee. Splitting up briefly can help avoid burnout and give everyone a moment to relax. My kid, I'm sure like any teenager, likes to sleep in really late. So every morning I'd be up at 7 or 8. I would walk down the street, grab a coffee, and then walk to the beach, sit on the beach, watching the ocean, listening to music. That was one of my favorite times there. I did it every single morning. Be prepared for emergencies and mishaps. With teenagers, things can go sideways fast. Keep basic essentials like snacks, water, chargers, a first aid kit, and extra earphones handy. Expect that there might be a minor crisis and try to stay calm. Your ability to roll with the punches sets a great example for them. Encourage them to document the trip. Give them creative ways to engage with the journey, like taking pictures or creating a travel journal. These days, I know kids like to do TikToks. I know my kids do. It can also give them a sense of responsibility and pride in the trip. Plus, it could give them something to look back on that could become a meaningful keepsake. Me, I like to take pictures on my phone and then I instantly send them to my digital frame in my living room. I love that because it's on like a slideshow, and when I'm in the living room, just random pictures pop up every 10 seconds. Keep snacks on hand. Hunger leads to grumpiness, which leads to arguments. Being hangry is definitely a real thing, and it is so bad in teenagers. Keep snacks on hand so no one's mood plummets due to low energy. Pack a healthy snack and fun treats they can enjoy when they need a boost. And don't wait too long. I find throughout the day, just ask, are you hungry? Are you hungry? They'll tell you if they're feeling hungry or not. Don't leave it too late. And don't sweat the small stuff. Expect that there will be eye rolls, bickering, and perhaps a few frustrating moments. Take a deep breath, and choosing your battles can go a long way. I know that's definitely easier said than done. But if you start to do it, it actually does get easier, which I've realized. Focus on the bigger picture of bonding and building memories, even if everything doesn't go as planned. The thing at the top of my list that I wanted to do in Maui was go snorkeling. So one day we rented some snorkel gear and drove out to this beach. It was called Alawalu Beach. It was about a half-hour drive from where we were staying. I enjoyed that beach because the water was more calm. Looking out at the ocean and seeing my kids in it, it freaks me out. And my oldest doesn't get scared of anything really. And it freaks me out how far she wants to go out. So I'm constantly trying to get her to come back. But as we were snorkeling, there were 2 big turtles under us. And she called me over, so I saw one. And then she started swimming above one, and she said she had her hand on its shell. And she popped up. She was so excited, and she said that was the best moment of her life. She loves the water. She loves animals. And I am so grateful that I could bring her that experience. She had been snorkeling before, but never did anything cool like that. This was my first time going to Maui, but my oldest had been 3 times, including once this year already. And my youngest had been twice with her mom. So to begin with, they weren't that excited because they had been. So I'm glad that they could experience something like that. My youngest was out there too. She got out before us and just laid on the beach, listened to music. It was really nice to see them away, like they're not on their phones as much, and they're just enjoying life. I found the trip was really stressful for me, but a lot of it was worrying about what could happen, not what was happening. But knowing that, next time I would try to focus on the now and not worry about things that could happen. So we're gone for 8 days. The worst days were the travel days. We're up early, everyone's grumpy, but we made it home safe, and I'm really glad we went. I don't really feel like I want to go on another trip anytime soon. I'm 45, and my brother and I have been talking about going to Italy for our 50th, so hopefully that'll happen. Traveling with teens may come with challenges, but it also brings unexpected, rewarding moments. When they're older, these trips will likely be the ones you all laugh about and cherish most. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Dadlife podcast. See you next time.